Hinterkaifeck, a farm shrouded in darkness. 1922, Germany. The Hinterkaifeck farmstead stood isolated, miles from the nearest village. It was a place where the silence was only broken by the sounds of nature and the occasional farm animal. The remoteness of the farm added to its eerie atmosphere, making it a place that seemed almost forgotten by time. Home to the Gruber family, Andreas, his wife Casilia, their widowed daughter Victoria, and her two children, Casilia and Joseph. The family had lived there for years, working the land and trying to make a living in the harsh conditions of rural Germany. They were a typical farm family bound by blood and the daily grind of farm life. Life on the farm was harsh, unforgiving. The Grubers toiled from dawn till dusk, their hands calloused from the relentless work. The seasons dictated their lives, with each one bringing its own set of challenges. Yet despite the hard labour, there was a sense of normalcy in their routine. But a palpable unease had settled over the farmstead. It was as if the very air had grown heavy with dread. The once familiar surroundings now seemed cloaked in shadows, and the farm that had been their home for so long began to feel like a place of foreboding. Days before the gruesome discovery, Andreas Gruber confided in neighbours. He spoke of strange occurrences that had begun to plague the farm. His voice, usually steady and strong, now carried a hint of fear. The neighbours listened, their faces reflecting a mix of concern and disbelief. Strange occurrences plagued them. Footsteps in the snow leading to the house but none leaving, a house key gone missing, and eerie noises in the attic. These incidents were more than just unsettling. They were inexplicable. The family tried to rationalize them, but the sense of unease only grew. Fear clung to the air, thick and heavy. It was a fear that seeped into their bones, making every creak of the house and rustle of the wind a source of anxiety. The farm, once a place of hard work and family, had become a place of dread. The family dismissed it as superstition. They tried to carry on with their lives, brushing off the strange occurrences as mere coincidences. But deep down, each of them felt the growing sense of dread. It was a fear they couldn't shake, no matter how hard they tried. But something was amiss at Hinterkaifeck, something evil. The farm, shrouded in darkness and fear, held secrets that would soon come to light. Secrets that would shock the small community and leave a lasting mark on the history of the Hinterkaifeck farmstead. A gruesome discovery in the barn. Days turned into a week. The family vanished without a trace, leaving the Hinterkaifeck farm eerily silent. The once bustling farmstead now stood desolate, a haunting reminder of the unknown. No sign of life. Worried neighbours finally approached the farmhouse. Their concern grew with each passing day, and whispers of dread spread through the village. What could have happened to the Gruber family? The door creaked open, revealing a scene of unimaginable horror. The air was thick with the stench of death, and the dim light barely illuminated the gruesome sight within. In the barn, piled together, lay the bodies of Andreas, Casilia, Victoria, and little Casilia. Their lifeless forms were a stark contrast to the vibrant lives they once led, bludgeoned to death. The scene was chilling, blood stained the hay, and the brutality of the act was evident in the injuries they sustained. It was a sight that would haunt the villagers forever. The family's loyal dog lay chained, untouched. Its mournful eyes seemed to understand the gravity of the situation, yet it remained a silent witness to the horror that had unfolded. A sense of dread washed over the villagers. Their faces reflected a mix of shock, fear, and sorrow. The tranquility of their rural life had been shattered by this unspeakable crime. Who could have committed such a heinous act? Why? The questions lingered in the air, unanswered. The villagers were left to grapple with the terrifying reality that a murderer was among them. The Hinterkaifeck farm, once a symbol of rural life, was now a macabre testament to a crime too gruesome to comprehend. The once lively home had become a place of nightmares. its dark history etched into the memories of all who knew the Gruber family. The mystery of their deaths would remain unsolved, a chilling reminder of the darkness that can lurk even in the most peaceful of places. Whispers of madness and intrigue. In the heart of Bavaria, nestled within the dense, shadowy woods, stood an old farmhouse. Its walls, weathered by time, held secrets that would soon unravel in the most chilling manner. News of the murders spread like wildfire. The small, tight-knit community was thrown into chaos. Headlines screamed of the gruesome discovery, and whispers of fear and speculation filled the air. People gathered in hushed groups, their faces pale with shock and disbelief. Investigators arrived at the scene. A sense of unease hung heavy in the air. The seasoned detectives, accustomed to the darkest facets of human nature, found themselves deeply disturbed by what they encountered. The farmhouse, once a place of life and labor, had become a macabre tableau. The murder weapon, a mattock, lay beside the bodies, wiped clean. It was a tool of the land, now turned into an instrument of death. The precision and coldness of the act suggested a mind unhinged, yet methodical. The killer had remained on the farm for days. Food had been eaten, cows milked. The normalcy of these actions, juxtaposed with the horror of the murders, added a layer of surreal dread. It was as if the killer had slipped into the daily rhythms of the farm, undisturbed by the lifeless bodies nearby. Someone had fed the animals. The livestock, oblivious to the human tragedy, continued their routines, cared for by hands that had also committed unspeakable acts. This eerie continuity of life amidst death was profoundly unsettling. Someone had slept in their beds. The indents on the pillows, the rumpled sheets, all pointed to a presence that had made itself at home. The killer had not just invaded their space, they had inhabited it, blurring the lines between life and death, sanity and madness. The details were unsettling. The killer had lived among the dead. Every corner of the farmhouse bore silent witness to the horror. Shadows seemed to whisper secrets, and the very walls felt alive with the echoes of the past. The Hinterkaifeck murders were not a crime of passion or a robbery gone wrong. They were something far more sinister. The calculated nature of the crime, the eerie calmness of the aftermath, all pointed to a mind that was both deeply disturbed and chillingly rational. This was something far more sinister, something cold, calculated, and utterly inexplicable. The Hinterkaifeck murders remain one of the most haunting mysteries in criminal history, a dark tale of madness and intrigue that continues to baffle and terrify to this day. Footprints in the snow. A mystery unfolds. Inspector Georg Gruber led the investigation. Every clue a whisper in the dark, every piece of evidence a dead end. Witnesses claimed to have seen smoke from the chimney days after the murders. Someone had been tending to the farm, but who? Theories ran rampant, a family feud, a robbery gone wrong. Each lead led to a dead end. The lack of a motive fueled the growing terror. The killer had vanished without a trace, leaving behind a community in shock and a mystery that refused to be solved. Shadows of doubt, the suspects. Suspicions fell on Karl Gabriel, Victoria's former lover and Josef's suspected father. He denied involvement. His alibi, however, remained shaky. Other suspects emerged. A vagrant, a disgruntled farmhand. Each had their secrets, their motives, but concrete evidence remained elusive. The investigation dragged on, the pressure mounted. Frustration grew with each passing day. The killer remained at large. The mystery of Hinterkaifeck deepened, casting a long dark shadow over the Bavarian countryside. The mystery endures, a community haunted. The Hinterkaifeck murders sent shockwaves through Germany. The brutality of the crime, the lack of answers, it shook the nation. The farm, once a symbol of rural life, became a haunted relic of a crime too horrific to forget. Years passed. The case grew cold. Theories continued to swirl. Was it a crime of passion, a robbery gone wrong, or something far more sinister? The answer lost to time. The Hinterkaifeck murders remain one of Germany's most enduring mysteries. Conclusion. Hinterkaifeck's enduring enigma. The Hinterkaifeck murders serve as a chilling reminder. Some secrets remain buried, some questions unanswered. The farm may be gone, but the legend lives on. A chilling tale whispered on the wind. A reminder that even in the quietest corners of the world, darkness can lurk. And some mysteries, like the ghosts of Hinterkaifeck, refuse to be laid to rest, haunting us forever.